We've updated our reports and leaderboards so that you can more easily share this data with students and other staff members. Let's take a look at what's new. The report section is now organized into two parts: My Reports and Shared Reports. My Reports is where you'll find any reports you've created, and Shared Reports is where you'll find any reports created by other staff members that involve any groups that you're an admin on. As a reminder, any groups that you see here on your roster tab are groups that you've either created yourself or have been added to by another teacher. The shared reports section will include any reports created by any teacher that pertain to any of these groups. If you want to share a report with another teacher or coach, all you have to do is add that staff member to the associated group. When creating a report, you'll now see the option to share that report with students. Here, I've created a few report types where I've selected the share option. Let's see what this looks like from a student's point of view. Students will see that they now have their own reports tab. Here, Andrea can see the various reports that have been shared with her by her teachers and coaches. Let's take a look at this progress report. Students will be able to see their own data, and they can also reference the group summary data along the top. Please note that students will not be able to see individual data for other students. For instance, in this progress report, Andrea can see the average progress that the entire 4th hour class exhibited in the back squat, and she can reference her own progress data for the metrics included in this report. Here is what a shared report card would look like to a student. Students can view the group summary for participation, followed by the average group change in those selected metrics. The student can click on their name to access their own report card with attendance data followed by their progress data. Pivoting back into a staff account here, from the My Reports tab, you're able to see which reports are currently being shared with students by checking on this column. You can easily share any existing reports with your students by choosing Edit and selecting the Share option. Be sure to save your changes. Leaderboards will function similarly in that you have a place to view the leaderboards that you've created under My Leaderboards, and then any leaderboards created by other staff for any group that you manage will appear here under the Shared section. To share a leaderboard with another staff member, simply add them to the associated groups by going to your Rosters tab, clicking into a group, and adding them to that group. Here, I've toggled back into a student account. As always, students can view any leaderboard that is associated with the groups that they are in. This has always been the case, so the real change here is that staff members can now share leaderboards by adding one another to the relevant groups. To begin taking advantage of these updates, my advice would be to head on over to your Rosters tab and make sure you've added any relevant staff members to your groups. This will ensure that they can view any associated reports or leaderboards. And then I would also check out your existing reports, choose Edit, and select the Share option for any report that you'd like to make available to your students. Our goal with these updates is to provide transparency in the data that exists in Platform. You no longer have to export or print reports in order to share that information with coaches, teachers, or students. We hope this makes your data more accessible and therefore more useful. As always, let us know if you have any questions or feedback.